Hi 7th graders, Miss Opp here. Today we'll be learning about 1-3 integers and absolute value, so let's get started. Don't forget, for better understanding, you can always rewatch the video. You can read the example in the book, which is in the blue folder on Schoology. You can YouTube the topic and find other teachers' online lessons, or you can always ask questions. The target for today is I can compare integers and evaluate expressions with absolute value. You should be able to say that confidently at the end of the video. So these are the new vocabulary that you should write in the top part of your notes. We will be going over the different words in the video or in class. So go ahead and pause the video right now so you can copy all these down and continue once you have them written. So integers. So an integer is any number from a set and their opposites. So let's write that here. Oops, and. So an integer is any number from a set and their opposites. So all of these numbers below, these are all integers. So looking at this number line, it's numbers to the left of 0 are less than 0. They are negative numbers. Negative numbers. And numbers to the right of 0 are greater than 0. So these are positive numbers. So looking down here, we have the statement saying -5 is less than 4. So our -5 is right there on the number line, and 4 is here. So this inequality, which means a mathematical sequence indicating two qualities that are not equal, so -5 and 4 are not equal, so it's an inequality, is telling us that -5 is less than 4. You can flip that inequality to make it be 4 is greater than -5 by making it like this, because 4 is to the right of 0 and -5 is to the left. Ooh. So like we were just talking about, greater than is shown by this symbol. Excuse me. And less than is showed by this symbol. So looking at comparing integers, we're going to replace the circles with either the greater than or the less than sign to make -2 and -4 a true sentence. So let's look for the integers on our number line. So we have -4 and we have -2. So let's look. Which one is closer to 0? Which one is closer to 0? -2 is closer to 0. So that makes -2 greater than -4. Let's try this one. Replace each circle with greater than or less than to make a true sentence. We have -3 and 2. Which one is to the right? The numbers to the right on a number line mean it's greater. So in this case, -3 is less than 2. Or we could write it as 2 is greater than -3. Let's look at the next one. So we have -5 and -6. Which one is to the right? Negative 5 is to the right. So we can go negative 5 is greater than negative 6. So looking at C, we have negative 1 and 1. Which number is to the right? Which number is greater than the other? So 1 is greater. 1 is to the right. So we're going to go negative 1 is less than 1, which could also be written as 1 is greater than negative 1. So moving on to absolute value. Absolute value is the distance between a number and 0 on a number line. So looking at this example here, we have 4 and negative 4. If I were to count how many spaces it takes to get to negative 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, my distance is 4 units to get from negative 4 to 0. And then if I look at to get from 0 to 4, it'll take me 1, 2, 3, 4 in my distance as well. So my absolute value of each of those is 4. The symbol for absolute value is 2 vertical parallel bars on either side of a number. So looking at this, the absolute value of negative 4 is 4 because the distance between it is 4. The absolute value of 4 is also 4 because the distance from 4 to 0 is also 4. Okay, so we're going to zoom in here and evaluate negative 5. So we want to get from negative 5 to 0 to find the absolute value, or the distance between negative 5 and 0. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the distance between negative 5 and 0, or the absolute value of negative 5, is 5. Looking at absolute value of 3, we want to get from 0 to 3 and find the distance. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. So the absolute value, or distance between a number and 0 on a number line of of 3 is 3. Okay, so let's add that into an equation. So we have absolute value of 5. So my distance it would take me to get from 0 to 5 on a number line is 5, plus the absolute value it would take me to get from negative 6 to 0 on a number line, which is, I'm going to give you a second to think about it. It is 6. So to evaluate the absolute value of 5 plus the absolute value of negative 6 would give us 11. Go ahead and pause the video now and complete these 2 problems. We will be going over them in class tomorrow, so make sure you bring your work. Don't forget, for better understanding, you can rewatch this video. You could read the examples in the book. It's the blue folder in Schoology online PDF textbooks. You could YouTube the topic and find another teacher's online lessons. And of course, as always, you can ask questions. No question is too big or too little. After you're done with this video, go take the video quiz on Schoology. To do that, you'd log into Schoology, select your course, select the green folder, video and video notes, and then select the quiz. If you're looking at this video on Schoology, all you have to do is unfull screen it, and the question should be right below. Happy quizzing!